He throws into the third inning. The velocity of his fastball, of which I think he ranked 6th in average velocity during the year, went down each inning. You knew something was wrong. It turns out there's more damage to the UCL, and now the recommendation is Tommy John surgery, which means he'll miss all of next year. So I'm still somewhat amazed they had him throw. He was hitting, ended up with 18 home runs, 4 for 4, a couple of home runs last night, but I still don't get it, and it's still looking for some explanation. And I think the only explanation you're really going to get is that's where he was in the rehab process, that he was back to the point where he was cleared to pitch. Obviously, they weren't going to put him on the mound if he wasn't, so this is where he was, and they wanted to see how he was doing. But there's following the medical road, and then there's, well, why should we do this? He's swinging the bat pretty well, doing well. Why put him back on the mound when there's no real need to when you're coming back from that?
Do we know it was because of the mound work, or can it be something with the hitting? I mean,
that I do not know.
That's
you're
the
right.
thing, because we played that sound from Mike Scioscia, the Angels manager, before the game, and he said, look, the short term is irrelevant. The long-term health of his pitching career is what matters. And if that's the case, all these home runs that he's hit this year shouldn't mean anything to you. If there's anything that he's doing, whether it's swinging a bat, because you know the vibrations that go through your hands and your elbows when you swing a bat and it makes contact, that can be just as disruptive if there's something in that UCL than there is anywhere else. So to me, the idea that they're doing any of this, if they really believe his long-term success is going to be as a pitcher, everything they've done doesn't seem to make any sense here, because you're jeopardizing that future, and it looks like you won't see him again until 2020.
I agree. That was really kind of a confounding thing a bit there.
Yeah.
So, but he was, you know what? For the time we got to see him, you have to say he was as advertised, right?
Champagne supernova, baby.
He was as advertised. So hopefully this surgery, if he gets it, they're leaving it up to him and his team. And I don't mean the Angels team, his team around him, whether they do the surgery or not. And by the way, if you're going to do it, get it done.
I was about to say, go now. Because, I mean, you've already lost 2020, so I mean 2019 rather.
It looks like Ohtani is going to have surgery because the Angels have recommended it. And if he wants to keep pitching, he's probably going to have Tommy John surgery. And if he does, then he's going to miss the 2019 season as a pitcher. But in theory, he could return, as the DH say, as early as even April or May if everything goes well. Billy Epler, the general manager of the Angels, says he still looks at Ohtani as a two-way player, as he should. He has such great value, but logically, eventually, they're going to have to make a decision. Is he a starting pitcher or is he a hitter? And because he's so good at both, it's going to be a very, very difficult decision moving forward.
Do you have an impression from inside the Angels organization right now which way they might lean for them?
Well, if he's completely healthy, I think they're going to lean towards him being a pitcher. It's harder to find a number one starting pitcher than it is to find a really good hitter. And when you throw as hard as he does, and you have the movement on that split that he does, you don't find that guy at age 24 too many different places. So my guess is they would love for him to be a number one starting pitcher. And if that means giving up hitting eventually, then that might be what they have to do. But again, they have to see if he has the surgery and how well he comes out of the surgery.